What's our topic, Jason?
Tim, rogue certificates is something you and I talk about a lot, but I'm not sure if we've ever addressed it really deeply.
Okay, I agree.
I think that you and I make the assumption that when people are thinking about shadow IT, we pretty much covered the topic right there. Everybody understands shadow IT to a sense intuitively, except that what I'm finding, Tim, is that if you're somebody, especially right now, who's trying to kill those 2 and 3 birds that we talked about, taking inventory of your cryptographic assets, part of your job right now is to try to figure out where are the unknowns coming in from? What's the ingress of my rogue certificates?
So what are the sources of rogue certificates?
Yeah. So who are the perpetrators of rogue certificates?
Okay.
And I'll just give you a quick reasoning before we get into the top 10. The reasoning for doing this is because I think what you're going to find, it's a cross-functional exercise. You might, in your enterprise, not know all 10 of these people.
This is interesting. I want to hear this list.
And feel free to say, Jay, your order's wrong, or I got something else.
Let's
Okay.
get into it. This is cool.
So number 1.
Okay.
I think it's going to be your product teams who are building microservices on top of Kubernetes.
Okay.
Those people have extreme needs
Yep.
for public certs
Yep.
and other certs. So both public and private. And those folks are under extreme pressure.
Yep.
There's no way they're going to wait for IT teams to say no to them.
They're technically savvy. They're about speed to delivery, and they're used to doing their own. They're used to growing their own. Yeah,
100%. And so therefore, it's that perfect storm of pressure and savvy, and both public and private. And I think that they tick every box for being like, they're at the top of your list for who to watch. And they're also the least manageable, the least willing, and sometimes the least experienced in being part of a change management program.
right. Yeah.
So to me, it's the top of the list. Tim, I'm going to get down to number 2. So anything related to M&A or semi-autonomous organizations within your enterprise? Wow. Because it's hard enough to know your own organization.
Right.
Never mind a new organization to you.
Yeah, and that's one where, like, you can't really blame, well, you can, but to a degree, you can't really blame the perpetrators of that because they were doing what they had to do.
Yes.
And suddenly their environment changes.
This is the point.
But you can blame them if they don't integrate.
This is why we're doing this episode.
Right.
Because it's your job, whoever's listening to this, it's your job to force that integration.
Right. Yeah.
And you might not know all these people in your organization, is the point.
And by the way, in an M&A scenario, depending on the complexity of the acquired organization, probably everyone else on your list is a subcategory of that.
It's absolutely true.
Right.
So that's why I put it absolutely as number 2.
Yeah.
Because it's just an encapsulation of everything else. It's just a category of complete unknown.
Yeah.
So number 3, Tim, let's talk about the actual subcategories. Marketing.
Sure.
Because marketing is standing up
It's an
websites.
example we use all the time. CMO's got a lot of money to spend. They spend money on tech. They've got something they believe it's going to generate leads or create consumer demand or move pipeline along. And they in the marketing department in particular is a big kind of set it and forget it organization. What they want to do, they want to deliver a technology solution. They want to see that it's working and they want to move on to the next thing.
Tim, the digital teams, external agencies, standing up microsites, campaigns, ephemeral type of things, short-term domains.
Hugely agency-based, hugely consultant-based. Oftentimes the people who are inside the enterprise aren't especially savvy about the details of how this tech works. It's more like, show me what it's going to do. Give me a demo. Okay, I'm happy with it. What's it going to cost me? Okay, I'm happy with that. Here's the money. Deliver the thing. And I don't care about how.
Tim, that's why it's at number 3.
Sure.
I would say number 4, just ever so slightly below, is you're talking about identity and access teams. People who are standing up SSO, SAML, etc. My God, there's all kinds of cryptographic material certificates that are being generated by that. Load balancer, public certs that are being thrown around that they're not tracking. Mm-hmm. And it's not because there aren't smart security people. These might be the smartest security people, but they might not be as closely tied to, say, an enterprise IT governance program. These are people who are hardcore security and aren't used to working shoulder to shoulder with typical public certs procurement.
Right.
And so therefore, they come in pretty high to me.
Okay.
So Tim, here's another one.
Okay.
Again, another form of operations team. We're talking about B2B, API integrations, anything that's using mutual TLS. So these are people who are like, hey, we got a brand new partner, stand up an API, make our businesses talk, et cetera, et cetera. Right. Again, pressure.
Yep.
Public certs are involved. These people don't work as part of a normal governance program. They're not always security savvy, and they are they're doing their job.
And this is also an area where you can get, skunkworks isn't quite the right word for it, but you can get kind of these special projects like, we have an opportunity to have this partnership. We think it's going to be really good for us. Okay, let's rally the troops and get her done. And it's sort of outside the normal course of business.
Yep.
And that's where you get rogue activity in general.
100%, Tim.
Yeah.
Tim, how about along the same lines? Let's go to the pure networking people in an enterprise. Okay. People who are dealing at the edge, people who are dealing with load balancers specifically, people who are doing traffic engineering, sometimes internally. Quite often there's publicly trusted certificates inside that environment. People who are standing up CDNs, WAFs, as I said, load balancers. This is a specific skill set. And this isn't so much the pressure, get it done tomorrow type people. So it's a little bit down the list. But these people are absolutely trafficking in publicly trusted certificates. And they're not always, sometimes almost never, really truly hooked up to the governance programs.
Yeah, correct. Not necessarily connected, not even thinking that this is a need where they need to be connected, right? It's not so much about being cavalier or thinking they're more important as just not really having that context and that visibility that this is something we would care about.
It's a different job, different skill set. That's why I call these out as being very cross-functionally siloed. And here's another one. Okay. Even though it's only a hair different, these people might sit 3 cubicles away. People who are standing up network appliances, security appliances, other types of infrastructure, things like VPN experts within an organization. Yeah. These people are trafficking in certs as well. And same story. These people are not hooked up to generally the ultimate governance program for publicly trusted certs.
Yeah, it's almost like in a way it's probably worth us differentiating between who works for IT and who works for operations.
You're seeing a pattern.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Here's another one.
Okay.
Right along those lines, but these people could and sometimes don't. Depends on how the organization has set itself up. How about people who are responsible for internal PKI sprawl? We're talking about people who are standing up Active Directory certificate services without anybody knowing.
Right.
Standing up rogue sub-CAs for either Kubernetes clusters for God knows what purpose.
Yeah. I mean,
could be anything.
Every time, every place you're running Kubernetes, you've got a CA.
You've got a CA. What about people who have a project, don't know how to spell PKI? It's not part of their normal job. And part of the instruction set was a few Linux commands for how to stand up an OpenSSL private CA, and they think that that's production quality.
Or I grab some open source and it's integrated,
This is
and I didn't even know.
And the instruction set usually says, type these commands, and you get yourself a PKI CA.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, not part of anybody's governance program, stuff goes down, rogue certificates all over the place.
Or stuff doesn't get updated, or there's something that was valid when it was created, but now it's 5 years later.
Right.
And it's still the same.
Number 9, Tim, one of our bugbears.
Oh, good.
IoT and OT
I was
embeddings.
waiting for you to say the IoT word, the I word.
Even just some form of edge devices, routers even.
Yeah.
It's like, my God, cert management there sucks.
Oh, yeah. If there are any, the good news is if they're actually using certs, they're pretty advanced. They're probably just not.
Which is the absolute truth.
Right.
Now let's talk about the maximum pressure subgroup, which is disaster recovery or standby environments or, hot servers ready to go. Like I have in my notes here, the path of break glass, continue on type of, we've did this because our business has to continue no matter what. And these things have certs that are not managed typically.
Yeah. Which, if you're going to make the argument, right? If you're going to make the argument it's a break glass situation, then it's hard to dispute that, right? Would you rather just not be operating? No. Okay, fine. But the trouble is you don't want that break glass situation to be vulnerable to, breach or attack, or to go down.
That's it.
Right. And the worry is that I have my fallback, my contingency fallback. And when I fall back to it, that it's not reliable or that it's not secure.
There's the top 10.
That's great. I mean, we've traditionally just kind of lumped this under shadow IoT, and we pull out examples that are various examples of that. But I like categorizing it that way. If you're thinking about something that should have been on the list and wasn't, contact us and maybe we'll talk about it.
Thanks, Tim.
All right. Thanks, Jay.